Hey ratbags, it's Jade. Today I'm guiding you through the things you need to do and not to do before 1.3 update hits everyone. It's in public test branch at the moment. It's obviously going live on the 13th. So you've got nearly 9 days, 10 days to get some stuff done. Now normally I don't like making these types of videos. I always feel like it's so redundant. Some of the stuff that you get warned or told to do this, do that, it's kind of just basics or just really not that necessary. But genuinely today, I think there is some stuff that players need to know, reinforced and hammered home. So the first and big one for me is absolutely, if you're looking to get the 100% scorecard, you might want to try and get it done in the next 10 days. Why? Because once this update goes live, you're going to have to get every single gold card if you want to get 100%. It's a weird choice. Maybe things will change. Maybe they'll adjust it. I don't particularly like this change. I'm lucky that I got 100% literally just last few months. You saw the 100 days video of it. But I'd be pretty grumpy right now if I had to rely on RNG, basically luck in killing creatures to complete a game. I don't mind necessarily killing 20,000 creatures. Gears of War had stuff like that for years. Kill 100,000 grubs or whatever. But RNG and luck based achievements, it's just not that great, especially when it is so intensive. It's a very weird one. I do understand why possibly they might have added it. It looks like it was always meant to have maybe been in the actual game. I guess it's there to make it more of a challenge for longer term players. But to me, there's nothing that really interesting or exciting about simply running over and killing a bunch of creatures a bunch of times, hoping to get a gold card. So remember, of course, you need to get every milk molar. You have to get every scab. You have to go ahead and pretty much get all of the mixers done. The story, of course, defeating all the bosses and buy everything in the reward shop. I'm not expecting every player that started the game suddenly now become really super good and get all that done. But if you're close enough and you've been maybe putting it off, or you've only got 1 or 2 things of them things to do, yeah, you may want to consider doing it and complete the story you're grounded now. Otherwise, yeah, you're going to have to grind out for them gold cards to get the achievement and to get the perfect scorecard. Hold on upgrading any weapons at the moment with whetstone because there are some changes. You can make the whetstone as normal. When it comes to making the mighty globs or jewels, hold on to this update if you're thinking of upgrading a bunch of stuff. That's because they've reduced the cost of the sturdy whetstones needed for mighty globs and jewels. Might seem like a small change, but it's always been more expensive to get these particular jewels and globs. And it falls in line with what they've done now in making elemental weapons more stronger. So in that regard, they've made it easier to go ahead and upgrade your mighty stuff if you do just want to carry on being a bit more casual and not worrying too much about min-maxing, getting lots of different weapons with the right elemental stuff on them. Smoothies have changed. They're getting rid of the ability to craft basically junk smoothies. No more questionable slop. Instead, you've got something called soothing syrup. So you might want to go ahead and make sure you've got plenty of algae and regular mushrooms. All the smoothies are now going to give you a boost in healing, but of course there is that new 4-second cooldown on all consumables. Well, I say all, actually it doesn't affect the granola bars or hilbasas, so you might also want to think about getting granola bars and maybe duplicating them more so you've always got extra heals. This is to combat people spamming 40 or 50 smoothies in a boss fight, when the idea is you're meant to get a little bit better at combat and work out the patterns of enemies rather than just always relying on being able to heal. We'll have to see how this change takes effect. What we don't know, and I've tried finding out, is what happens to all of your smoothies you currently have. I reckon they'll still be in the game. So if you've got a bunch of junk stuff and you always make a bunch of questionable smoothies, I think you still might as well craft them. They won't be deleted. I don't think they've ever done that. And it would have come with a warning in the patch notes if that's the case. I think they'll either just convert over to soothing syrup, or they will be questionable slops still. But once they're gone, they're gone. You might also want to start making sure your base has got adequate defences, especially around your waft emitter, because you're going to be using this a lot more now to gain raw science. No more grinding out the same boring old quests just to get a measly amount and really not being able to take advantage of the super duper. You're going to get rewarded for every kill that you get pretty much when you're defending a wave. But you might want to do this a bit more smartly, and this is something I'm going to investigate and do in trying to build maybe the perfect arena and perfect location, so that you could take advantage and kill creatures very fast and quickly. So this is something you could potentially start doing now, as the new waves include stink bugs, roly-polies, ladybugs, omniant, moth and black widow. I've got a separate video showcasing all of the brand new waves. So yes, it does look like Black Widows may actually also be part of raids that attack your base. The patch notes do say additional faction waves and are able to be angered via the waft emitter. So yeah, I would expect them all to be added. So kill a lot of them creatures and now you may have one of these come and attack you. Particularly for the Moth, you may definitely want to invest in a Acorn turret. And Black Widow, yeah, like I said, make sure your base has got adequate defenses. But it's definitely better, although it comes with more risk now and more danger. Being able to get more raw signs from waft emitters by completing waves is super good for being able to go ahead and dupe items. And you may now want to start investing in Sour. Sour has been given a massive boost. The Black Widow is now weak to it, and just in general it's a good idea to get yourself the Sour Battle Axe, which of course you do get through killing Schmector. I would say also now's the time to really get ahead and start thinking about taking on the Black Widow. But maybe wait for the update to hit. Although she's got new attacks and is a bit faster and speedier, it should be easier to kill her. I say should be. It looks like it's in training mode pretty much for the infected broodmother, and that's her new attack there. So it's up to you. If you don't like the look of the Black Widow now, you prefer being just a bit slower but more tankier and harder to kill with health, then maybe get definitely some kills in now. But with the new animations of two-handed weapons, especially axes as well, I think it will be okay to take her on. What you do notice is her health is filling up pretty quickly. That's because she can eat her young, and that will give her some health. Oh! So yeah, that looks harder. Maybe go and kill a bunch of them now, so that you can go ahead and make the armor set. Why? Because the armor set's now got a great new buff. When you kill a creature, you can get Death's Impetus, which will increase your attack speed, but also your trickle regen will start boosting your health. I do believe this is the upgrade perk for it though. So very good for crowds of enemies, as you'll get that health perk by killing a creature. And I would say that's pretty much it. It's not a huge survival update. Obviously the focus has been on playgrounds. Some of these changes do feel a bit odd, but the majority of them do feel like they're right in balancing the game, making the easy early parts of the game a little bit more smoother, and still offering challenge and rewarding players that want to min-max. And more importantly, for everyone, get more raw science so that you can dupe items and not have the tedious grind just killing the same creatures to get certain upgrade stones. Let me know if you like any of the changes. Are there some that you don't like after seeing lots of my other videos? I've pretty much covered almost every aspect of survival mode now. I've just got to go over all the different waves and rewards that you get from the waft emitter, and maybe some changes to the omnibus badges that have been made as well. If you're starting out on Playgrounds mode, come join my Discord and share your playground, and I might take a look at it in my streams in the future, and look out for more guides to do Playgrounds incoming. Until next time, Ratbags, laters.